Hey Minbound, it's Fletch. Congratulations on your 300 subscribers. I've been watching your channel since you first got started. I think East Coast Prepper turned me on to you, so to speak, and so I've been watching your videos since you started. And I want to say thank you. I've gotten quite a bit out of watching your videos, inspiring people to do what they can with what they have. And so this is my video response for your contest for 300 subscribers, and I'm going to show you what we're doing here at our house to make the most of not quite a big house with a big family in it, and try and provide food for everyone. So here in a second I'll get off camera and I'll show you our pantry and then some other ideas that I have. Alright, thanks. Alright guys, this is my pantry, and just wanted to share with you some ideas about how our pantry is set up and how it works. And I apologize in advance if the sound isn't very good with me standing behind my camera, but again, here's the pantry. Obviously on the bottom you want to have the heavier stuff, and then as you move up you put your lighter stuff in. And just a couple of ideas of the types of things that we're stocking. If you look over here, we've got rice milk, we've got a whole bunch of number 10 cans full of beans, chili, vegetables, fruit, then back in the back there, bread, flours, baking soda, things like that. And then on this next aisle we've got canned goods going all the way back there. And then of course on your canned goods you want to make sure that you put the date on there, so as you're cycling through your stock you know how old it is and eat the oldest stuff first. And then up here, another kind of a neat product that some people might enjoy is this Gossner milk, Gossner. This is ultra pasteurized, which means it doesn't need to be refrigerated, but if you're a health food nut, you'll know that this milk probably is not very good for you. It's completely dead. There's nothing living in it. That's why it doesn't need to be refrigerated. So, but you know, in a SHTF situation, this would be better than nothing, obviously. And as I always like to say, something is always better than nothing every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So then back here is our dried goods, and on top some of our things like ketchup, mustard. See here, we've got a bunch of bouillon cubes back there, some bulk packs of yeast, oil, baking soda back there again, and then on the top we've got really light things like paperware, things like that. Specifically, the idea that I wanted to share with everyone is the gentleman that designed this house that we're living in. We actually rent it, but he's a good friend of mine, and this guy really knew what he was doing when he designed this house. This pantry, if you take a look at it, is nothing more than just a closet with shelves in it. And so if you take a look here, see this metal support here? This is a heavy duty, it's like an 1/8 of an inch thick metal support that runs all the way back to the back wall back here. Then you got a backer plate that goes all the way around each side. And then if you look over here, you can see how that the shelf actually rides on top of this. So this backer board goes all the way around and supports the edge of the circumference of this shelf, and then obviously the support in the middle holds the weight in the middle. So this is designed to hold lots and lots of weight. Let's go look at our regular closet, and I'll show you what I was thinking about. One moment. Alright, so here is your typical, I'd say, hall closet. Got the vacuum in there, wintertime cold gear for the kids, jackets, and then this closet has one shelf up top like a lot of them do. One second while I set up this closet. Okay, so here we are back at the closet again, and here's our top shelf, just like we had over in the pantry. Our family has games up there, but obviously you could put food up there if you wanted to. Excuse me. And then this closet is designed exactly the same way. You've got a backer board that goes all the way across, so it's holding up all the weight on the edge of the shelf. And right here is where the pole used to be to hold up the clothes. But again, all you would have to do is put one of those heavy-duty 1/8" supports there, and then run it back to the wall and secure it into a stud back behind the drywall. And then obviously all you would have to do is, just like in our pantry, you would go down about 2.5 feet, make another shelf, and then you could go down another 2 and 2.5 feet and have another shelf, depending on how tall the items are that you're planning on putting in there are. And if you're not mechanically inclined like this, and what I'm saying sounds kind of Greek, a good handyman or a finished carpenter would know what I'm talking about, and they'd be able to do this for you pretty easily. So that's it for this, and we're going to move on to a different area. Alright guys, I apologize in advance if the lighting in here is not very good. We just have makeshift lighting in here because this isn't a normal living area in our house. But what I wanted to show you is the area where we're putting our 5-gallon buckets of food. This is underneath the stairwell in our house, and as you can see there, we've got them stacked 3 deep for now. We can go 4 once we get the rest. I've got 12 other buckets here that in the next week we'll finish getting those filled and add them to this stash of food here. But again, the point here is to think outside the box where you're going to keep your food. Another nice thing about this area here is that, this area is not an easy view of other people. If a service person or the kids' friends were to come over or whatnot, they wouldn't be able to see this food in here. And I don't know about you, but I believe in being a good Samaritan. But at the same time, I want to have the choice of when I help someone and when I don't. So probably not a good idea to have your food stores out in the open, where if someone walks into your house or into your garage, it's readily accessible and easy to see. So again, this is just one more area, and as I said earlier, we got a big family, so we've got wheat berries, rice, and pinto beans stored in here. So, alright, thanks. We're going to move on to another area. Alright guys, it's Fletch. I'm back again. I'm out in my garage right now, and by the way, some of you may have saw those buckets in there said Lowe's on them. Those particular buckets from Lowe's are food grade. If you look on the bottom, they have the plastic symbol number 5. So they are food grade buckets, and actually I did a video on some tips and tricks for loading those buckets, so check that out if you had any questions about that. What I wanted to talk about here in the garage is our house is quite a bit different than normal houses. If you walk outside of the kitchen in our house, step out into the garage, you have to walk down into it. So we've got a lot of space up high in this garage. Most of your garages nowadays, you see the metal poles there coming across the rails that the garage door slides on. You may have like maybe 18 inches to 2 feet above that is going to be your ceiling in a typical garage, and you may have open trusses up there where you can look up and to the top of the ceiling and see the plywood that's up on top of your roof and the nails coming through from the shingles on the top of your roof. Well, ours is finished, as you can see here, and so what we can do if we want to, and we're thinking seriously about this, it's just a matter of getting the money, but if you look right here, this white line as it goes around would be a good marker. That's just a seam in the sheetrock, but you could put Same concept as a backer board, but in this case it would probably be referred to as like a rim joist, where you would put like a 2x10 or a 2x12 going across, and then you would run joists going like this, and then you could run a micro lam or a TJI joist across to hold this end of it, and then you could tie into the ceiling into your trusses. And as long as you're not trying to support thousands of pounds, that would be fine. So I'm guessing a lot of you out there have room in this space in your garage, whether you've got this much like I do, or whether you go up and you've got some open trusses in there, or rafters as some people call them. And I have used storage like that in the past as well, by just laying sheets of plywood over the trusses, and then you've got a storage area. And we could do the same thing on the back half of the garage here. Again, same concept. Rim joist going all the way around. Put your hangers on it. Where you see these splotch marks, those are where the studs are in the wall. But same thing again. Put your joist hangers there. They would come across, and you would have a micro lam or a beam TJI or something like that coming across to this edge. And you could have a loft storage there as well. And you could put a built-in ladder where you could climb up there. And then if you wanted to, because you would be tying into the trusses up on top of your ceiling, you could close that off, and so no one could actually see what you have up there. They would just be able to see that it's there. I realize that this may sound like some complicated framing terms to some of you, but like I was saying earlier, if you get a hold of a good handyman, finished carpenter, framer, they'll know what I'm talking about, and they'll be able to help you with something like this pretty easy. Well, Minbound, once again, congratulations on your 300 subscribers. Keep up the good work. And hey, I hope I win that contest. I'd like to have that more than I have. So God bless you, brother, and hopefully we'll be hearing from you soon. Take care.